Hey guys, it is me, Merem Samuel. I know you're expecting to hear the usual hi. I am Merem Samuel. You know what it is? Black and yellow, black and yellow. But don't worry. That one will come later, sharp. But then this is gonna be the 8th episode of the podcast. And honestly, I want to hear from you. Like, I want to get your reviews of the podcast so far. So I'll appreciate you sending me your honest reviews and feedbacks, or feedback. There's no S in feedback, is there? Or feedback, through any of my social media channels or platforms that you can reach me on, maybe WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere at all. And if there is any idea you feel that I can add to the podcast, I would love to know what it is. And please, as you're listening to the podcast, kindly take a screenshot of the podcast and upload it on your WhatsApp status and Instagram stories. And of course, comment how good you feel about the podcast so that your friends too can get to know how the thing go. And please also tag Merem Samuel at Merem Samuel, and of course at Black Yellow Voice on your stories on Instagram so that it can be reposted by the house. And of course, all my available social media address are in the description. So looking forward to hear from you. All right, so let's jump back to the Black Yellow Voice podcast, and that starts in a minute after the short and interesting trailer. My name is M to the E to the R-E-M, Merem Samuel, aka the Eyes of the Gods, and more particularly, aka the Voice of the Gods. Once upon a time, in the land of the spirits, a legend was created. It lived with the spirits for over 100 years as the seer of the land. But a couple of decades ago, he set out on a new mission which saw him left the spirits to come live amongst men and mere mortals. With his gifts of vision, he has come to make men become billionaires. His name was the Eyes of the Gods. But his powers became stronger. Now he's not just good with vision alone. The power of voice has been given to him for the goodness of men. He's still on the mission of making men billionaires, but with a new name, the Voice of the Gods. Alright, welcome once more. This is the podcast on the Gold Spots, the Black Yellow Voice podcast, with just truly M to the E to the R-E-M, Merem Samuel, the Voice of the Gods, and of course the Eyes of the Gods. And speaking of the Voice of the Gods and the voiceover that I just played, I honestly do not know what I was thinking when I produced that. The idea just came to me and I felt like trying my voice on something that feels like a movie trailer, and voila, that became the results. And I think I love it. Yeah, I really love it. So just in case you're wondering where this whole Voice of the Gods thing has been coming from, I'm pleased to let you know that I am a voiceover artist. And yes, so if you need a voiceover artist for your radio and TV commercials, a voice who can sell your brand, just call me, because I'm only one call away. Alright, so let's jump on the train of this week's episode of the Black Yellow Voice podcast, which is of course the 8th episode. And how was your week? Or how has your week been so far? I hope it's been fantastic. For me, it's been an emotional week for me, because my family time that I've been enjoying since the start of the Christmas week came to an end this week, because it was a full house back in the village during the holidays. There was so much love and laughter to go around. I think the only time smile left my face in the village would be the few times when I was seriously hungry. But then, it's not as if food no day house, so you get food day house. But there are these times when you say you just hold you well, maybe for one or two reasons you never shop food, and those are the times that you wouldn't find smile on my face. But aside from that time, it was just smile all around, because plenty of vibes, plenty of crews, we dey catch crews. And that is one thing that I love about my family. Even when we don't intend to, knowingly or unknowingly, we dey catch crews. So shout out to all the Nwabos I love you all plenty. All right. So let's look at the top trends, some of the top trends this week. First of all, Maduka Okoye was knocked out of the AFCON. Sorry, not Maduka Okoye. The Super Eagles of Nigeria were knocked out of the AFCON, and their elimination was a bittersweet feeling. It was a bittersweet taste. Bitter in the sense that Nigeria, our country, our darling country, lost, and they were knocked out of the competition. But some guys who Maduka Okoye nearly killed their relationships, we're happy, and that is where the sweet feeling comes. So on one hand, they were like, "Nawao, so Nigeria donja, Nawao, which can't be this one." But deep inside them, they will shock say finally their girlfriends will stop seeing the face of Okoye on television, at least for the rest of the AFCON, because Nigeria won't take no part anymore in this year's AFCON. In this year's AFCON, I've observed that Nigeria has more fans, new set of fans, all thanks to Maduka Okoye, and all the new fans are ladies. So I also believe that these female fans will also extend their support for Maduka Okoye in Super Eagles shirt, and they will follow and go. Watford, where we see they play ball for Oyibo country in England, right there. Some persons, however, blamed Buhari for Nigeria's misfortune at the AFCON. That the players were on their own jeje. They did their own jeje, and Buhari carry phone call, they call them just to motivate them. And people are now saying that call brought bad luck to the players, and that's why they lost. And the major reference to this bad luck was when the Nigerian British boxer, talking about Anthony Joshua, was seen in the picture prostrating before Buhari when he visited him. And AJ was doing well. He was doing well, until he carry all in belts, go present, give Bubu. He will hold Anthony Joshua, 3 world heavyweight title holder, 3 different belts. Baba, they hold 3 different belts. After his visit and prostration before Bubu, the kind popo way be say Usyk popo ame, no be smart, and Joshua started going from top to bottom.
From top to bottom. Top to bottom. Top to bottom. Thank you very much indeed.
May we never go from top to bottom in Jesus' name. So people are like, after seeing what happened to AJ, waiting go make these Super Eagles players go pick Bubu Ko. Share they learn lesson. You see what do AJ, you see go carry, you see go press green button, pick Bubu Ko. Why? But that one don't pass, Sha. That one don't pass. Moral of the story is that it is not every call that comes into your phone now you go pick. Some calls are better left at missed calls. You get just make the phone just ring, no pick them, and forget about it. And just to let you know, I will not be watching the rest of the AFCON, not even the final. Yes, because they have beaten Yalaya anybody. So I have lost interest totally. Make everybody just get that and then they watch AFCON again. Alright guys, so 2023 is just around the corner, and in Nigeria, the most anticipated event in that year, that's next year, will be the election. And this is something that will keep on trending, and we're going to continue to give it our attention because it concerns us, right? And whatever decision that we make, either good or bad, will affect the country, and we're going to have to live with the outcome of our actions. And so far, we've been seeing people coming out to declare their interests for the presidential seat. And one of the men who has made his interest known to the people is the former governor of Lagos State, talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And we've also seen men like Kingsley Mohalu. I was listening to a radio program the other day, and they said that the former Imo State governor, Rochas Okorocha, has also made his interest known that he wants to contest for the seat of the president. And these are few amongst others who have made their interest known. Now, quick one. Have you gotten your PVC? I know this question is already sounding cliche. Go and get your PVC. Go and get your PVC. It's not like a song to our ears, and I think it's a very good song though, that you should not only listen to, but listen to it and take action and get yours. And be ready to use the PVC to vote when the election comes. But unfortunately, voters' apathy has become a thing in Nigeria, and people, some persons, have this belief that votes don't count in Nigeria. Now let me play this audio of what I said about voters' apathy some time ago. Take a listen. Some Nigerians are known to make statements like, "Our votes no dey count, so wait to go make me go vote." Whenever I see people make such statements, I see powerful people who are ignorant of the powers that they have and have allowed themselves to be swallowed by apathy. But what they don't realize is that the corrupt politicians are only taking advantage of them being ignorant of their powers, and they prey on that. These are the kind of people that will exchange your votes for as low as 5k and then suffer for the next 4 to 8 years. After all, our votes no dey count, so better say I collect this 5k, use the cool body. If truly your vote doesn't count, then why would the political party want to give you 5k in exchange for your vote? Think am now. And when these people don't get good governance, you will still find them among those channeling their energy into complaining about the state of the nation. According to the first law of thermodynamics, the total amount of energy in the universe remains constant and cannot be destroyed, but it can be changed from one form to another. What does this tell you? Instead of using your energy to complain about how bad things are not working in the country, you can transfer that energy of yours into making a change for once. And it starts by you not being apathetic. Go out and register to vote. When election comes, also go out and vote. But not just vote. Vote right. Both at the local levels, state and federal levels. You can only make a change when you realize the power wielded in you. Alright, I believe that audio touched some points on why you should get ready to vote during next year's election. But let me also say this. People complain about how bad the government of Buhari has been since 2015 till date. And you that is listening to me right now might also be part of the people who have been hearing their grievances towards the Buhari-led administration. And if you feel apathetic towards the election, you might end up living with a worse government than what you are experiencing today. Now let me say this. Now people vote Buhari in, no. Sure you get. Now people vote him in, not be input itself there. Your state governor, now people vote him in, no be then just go they put themselves there. Now let's take Buhari for example now, alright? Today he is the president over those that voted for him, those that voted for other candidates, and those that did not vote at all. Now, if you don't tire about Buhari government, fold your hands, they watch, and you fail to participate in next year's election, you will live with whatever decision made by those who will be voting. So when you say Nigerian government is bad, remember that the actions and inactions of the general public contribute to the bad government. So what we see today is as a result of our actions or inactions. So let's act right. And acting right is going to get your PVC. Acting right is not selling your vote. Acting right is not sitting at home or playing football on the day of election. Acting right is voting right. Over the week, Tariq was trending. Apparently, there is this black American who was on a certain space on Twitter, and he was saying that Nigerians are coming to America to steal the jobs meant for them. And going through tweets and even listening to the reactions of Nigerians on that same space, it was all anger and basbos towards the Tariq guy. Yes, the Tariq guy totally mishandled. Personally, with all due respect, Tariq talk like person wey be say no get sense. I feel say in sense no complete when in the yarn, all those things wey be say in the yarn. No disrespect. But then the major reason why there is a mass exodus of Nigerians to the United States and other parts of the world is to seek greener pastures. And normally, Nigeria they carry last, and any space we enter, we dominate. And that dominance now they vex Tariq, and that's why it depends on see Nigeria people they collect their jobs, so to speak. And I saw a tweet from OC, the Lagos-based OAP, and it was like, I don't blame Tariq self. If no be bad government, waiting they go find for snow. So facts on facts, Nigerians no go dey japa if to say government's good. So on one hand, we are saying Tariki Koni Dafun. On the other hand, we are looking at our government and be like, shebi una don't see wetin dey cause. And those men in government, who elects them? Now still we. So it still comes back to us. So if you're looking for someone to blame, look at the mirror. That might not be for everyone though, but everyone know thyself. You know if you are part of the blame or not. Taking it back to music, there is this song from P Square titled Stand Up. That was in the Game Over album released I think in 2007 or 2008. The chorus said, if you want make it good, oh, put your hands up. You wanna make a move or make you stand up. Anything what you they do, just keep your head up. Make we stand up now. So you get the point. So if you want make Nigeria move, put your hands up. If you want make Nigeria good, stand up, and stop doing sit down look. Sit down look will never solve the problem. I know you might be complaining and be like, Nigeria things hard, this or that one. Things hard because of say we get bad people there, and that bad people say there for that place. Now we put them there. It's either that we voted for them or we did not vote at all. You get? So let's just refrain from this bad character. It's a bad character, I'll call it that. This I don't care attitude, this apathy. Let's stop it. You know go help us at all. Alright? Yeah, enough of this talk. Let's just take a music break. And coming up right now is Street Medicine by my homeboy Auxchinoss. And the song is out and available on Audio Max. So let's enjoy the sound. And when I come back, it will be songs recommendation for the week. Auxchinoss, take it away.
Cherry, your love would enter my body. Now you way they put me for moody. Every time Chris, she go talk, say I'm funny. When I'm lonely, I no go call another. My melo, now you way they enter my body slow. If you leave me, you go hurt me badly. You be medicine, make I take you healthy. Oh, my melo, now you way they enter my body slow. If you leave me, you go hurt me.
Alright, so that was Auxchinoss on that jam, and it's called Street Medicine. Go check it out. It's available on Audio Max. Street Medicine by Auxchinoss. Alright, so on that musical note, let's head straight to songs recommendation. And of course, good music knows no boundary. And I said in the previous episode of the podcast that in the spirit of Valentine, I'll be recommending Nigerian love songs from now till after Valentine. And I had the thought of recommending some conscious music that will go in line with the things I've said today on the podcast about the election thingy and all. But I'm already committed to love songs, and I don't want to break my commitment. And speaking of love, I said all I said for the sake of love that I have for my country and for my people. So whichever way, love is taking the lead. So I've got 2 love songs to recommend. First is Darling by Stan Ike. Darling by Stan Ike, featuring African bad girl Tiwa Savage. And I fell in love with this song from my secondary school days. I think in my SS1 or so. Yeah. And this song it was produced by the legendary producer himself, Cobhams Asukwo. And you know that everything that Cobhams touches turns to gold. So it's okay to say that this song is a song on the gold spot, just like the Black Lady Voice podcast, which is of course a podcast standing on a gold spot. And then secondly, my second song recommendation for the week is Lover by Omolara. And this song also is Gold Standard Good, GSG. Facts on facts. You have to listen to this song to know what I'm talking about. It's Gold Standard Good, GSG. Facts on facts. So these are my 2 recommendations for this week. Okay, enough said. I've got to go. And yes, it's been fun. Yeah, it's been fun doing this. And I best believe that 1 or 2 persons will be impacted. There will be a change of mindset after you listen to this podcast, and you dead that apathy that you have towards election, and go out there and vote. That is the motive. That is the agenda for this episode. It just came into my mind and I said, okay, let me just do this right now and let me be part of, the sensitization. And I believe that 1 or 2 persons or even more have been sensitized about this whole thing. And I'm hoping that you're gonna go out there and get your PVC and get ready to vote when election comes next year, 2023. Well, so that's it for this week's episode. I'll catch you next week. But till then, my name still remains the same, never changing, never aging. M to the E to the R-E-M, Merem Samuel, aka the eyes of the gods, aka the voice of the gods. Arrive, Deci.